My boss demanded I prove my loyalty, so I exposed his lies to the entire company. I used to believe that hard work spoke for itself, that if you stayed late, met deadlines, supported your team, and kept your head down, eventually you'd be rewarded, not with confetti or parades, but with basic respect, maybe a promotion if you were lucky. Or at the very least fair treatment, but I learned the hard way that some bosses don't see loyalty as dedication, they see it as submission, and mine was the king of manipulation, someone who loved calling the office his family while overworking everyone into burnout, someone who praised you publicly 1 minute and threatened your job the next if you didn't bend to his every whim, and for years I tolerated it because I thought enduring abuse was just part of paying your dues. Until one day, he crossed a line I couldn't ignore, demanding not just my time but my dignity. It started when he began assigning me responsibilities far above my pay grade, asking me to handle confidential reports, lead presentations, even train new hires, all tasks meant for someone in management. But whenever I brought up the possibility of a promotion or a raise, he'd say, "You're not there yet. Show me more commitment," as if I hadn't already given everything I had, and he loved dangling the promise of advancement like a carrot on a string. The breaking point came when he pulled me into his office after hours and said, "I need a favor," which was code for prepare to be exploited, and he told me to rework financial data in a report to make our department's numbers look better than they were, basically altering figures to impress corporate. I told him that wasn't ethical, and he smiled condescendingly and said, "Don't be dramatic. It's not lying, it's strategy," and when I refused, he leaned back and said, "If you're not willing to go the extra mile, maybe this isn't the place for you," which was the moment I stopped being scared and started getting strategic. I didn't argue. I didn't storm out. Instead, I calmly agreed to look into it, then quietly copied every email he'd sent regarding falsifying reports, every screenshot of instructions he'd given to cut corners or manipulate data, every Slack message where he threatened employees under the guise of motivation, and I compiled it all into a neat little folder, labeled chronologically, backed up multiple times so it couldn't be erased. Then, when the next quarterly review meeting arrived, a company-wide call with executives, I waited until he started bragging about our impressive growth, and I requested to speak, pretending I wanted to add context to our accomplishments. And before he could stop me, I shared my screen and displayed everything, not loudly or dramatically, just methodically, like presenting research, and the silence on that call was suffocating, followed by the sound of my boss's voice cracking as he tried to say it was all a misunderstanding, but no one believed him, because the proof was irrefutable. HR called me directly afterward, not to scold me but to thank me, and within 48 hours, my boss was dismissed effective immediately, escorted out like every tyrant thinks they're too important to be. They offered me his position, but I declined because I didn't want to inherit his kingdom of fear. Instead, I accepted a lateral transfer to a different department with a manager who actually treats people like humans. And people keep asking if I felt guilty for taking him down, but I don't, because loyalty isn't obedience, and respect isn't earned through intimidation. If exposing a bully makes me disloyal, then I don't ever want to be loyal again.